Hey there, project managers. John Oliver here. Tonight's main story is you. Specifically, how you can make the world a slightly less awful place, one project at a time. We're talking about accessibility. Now you might be thinking, John, I design websites, not ramps. What's this got to do with me? Well, buckle up because we're about to break it down. See, accessibility in tech means making sure everyone can use what you build. That means folks with disabilities, different abilities, and even just different ways of interacting with technology. It's about making sure no one gets left behind in our increasingly digital world. Think of it like this: you wouldn't build a building without doors, right? Accessibility is the same idea, just for the digital world. So, what does accessibility actually look like in a project? It's all about considering different needs right from the start. For example, can someone using a screen reader navigate your website easily? Is the text large enough for someone with low vision? Can someone with limited mobility use all the features of your app? These are just a few examples, but you get the idea. Accessibility isn't about making everything look the same. It's about making sure everyone has the same opportunities to participate and engage. And trust me, when you design with accessibility in mind, everyone benefits. Now I know what you're thinking, John, this all sounds very nice and altruistic, but I'm on a deadline here. What's the bottom line? Well, besides the obvious moral imperative of not being a terrible person, there are some very practical reasons to care about accessibility. First off, it's the law. Yep, in many places there are actual laws requiring digital products to be accessible, and let me tell you, lawsuits are not cheap. But beyond legal obligations, there's a strong business case for accessibility. When you make your products accessible, you open them up to a much larger audience. That means more customers, more users, and more money in your pocket. Plus, accessible products tend to be more usable for everyone, not just people with disabilities. So, how do you actually make accessibility a part of your project workflow? It's all about planning ahead. Before you even start writing code or designing layouts, think about the different ways people might interact with your product. Talk to people with disabilities, consult accessibility guidelines, and use tools that can help you identify potential issues early on. Remember, it's much easier and cheaper to build accessibility in from the beginning than to try to add it as an afterthought. And once you've built something, don't just assume it's accessible. Test it. Get feedback from real users with disabilities and make adjustments as needed. Accessibility is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. So, there you have it.